What I doing? Oh. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm calling out to you. I've been calling out to you. Well, I've been calling out to you. And I'm reaching out. Calling out, calling out, calling out to you. Calling out today, praying for a way. Oh, oh, oh. Calling, calling, calling out to you. Praying for your mercy. Where am I gonna go from here? Will I ever be able to let go of fear? Open up the door. Begin to explore. Open those doors and begin to explore. Calling out to you today, calling out for a way to be made. Oh, 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 One, and two, and three, and four. One, and two, and four, and three, and four, and five, and six, and eight, and nine. You see, and I don't know what I'm doing at all. One of these days, will I ever be enough? Wait, will I ever be enough? Will I ever be? Will I ever live up to what they think? No, I don't think I will. I'll be myself and I'll do what I gotta do, and I'll live up to who I got to, which is the big kahuna, the guy above, or the gal, if you want to say. Yeah, I said, ew, or if the gal, if you want to say. Not trying to live up to anybody. Not trying to live up to other than me. Trying to just be myself. 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 Trying to be just whoa whoa. Trying to be just trying to be just trying to be myself. Trying to be just trying to be just trying to be myself. When will I get out of here? When will I let go of fear? When will I become something more than this mundane thing that I am? More than this man in the mirror. Oh, I just want to be, and I just want to see the things, the greater things that could be. Where am I going in life? What am I gonna do today? I messed it all up, but that wasn't even meant to be that way, so that works. And did I just have a glitch here? I might have. It's looking like it froze up on me. I'm experiencing something here, ain't I? Okay. Somehow it was froze up on me there. I saw that somebody was there for a second, but I'm trying something. Anyway, if anybody is there, I had so much fun yesterday. Just mainly, you know, I did a lot of talking yesterday on the stream, but I also did a lot of messing around on the buckets and the tubs and stuff. And today, a couple of things that I did in the stream yesterday, I turned into some shorts today, and then I've also watched them several different times. And so I've been toying around with what I can do and where can I go with this. And so that's what I'm going to be doing on this stream for a little while. Just as usual, right now I'm just kind of doing something until people show up. And, you know, hopefully, anyway, hopefully when someone chimes, you know, hopefully someone will chime in at some point and let me know they're there. And, you know, if you're seeing this right now and if you're seeing this and I'm playing and you're saying something, just be patient. And when I see the message, I will respond. Let the light shine. Let that light. Where is it? Oh, where did you go from there? So wait. When we parted ways, I had no idea. Didn't know that you went away so far. Didn't know that you had to have a car and drive away past the bar. I didn't know. Oh, I'm just improving, making up words. You see, I'm not slopping, just absurd. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's okay, and I'll have any fun I can say. I didn't make sense there, but it's okay. Ooh. Way down on the other other side of town, way down below. Way down on the other side of town, way down on that other side of town, way down on that other side of town, way down, way down. Just improvising here, just messing around. Anyway, and if someone, I don't know, but I'm just playing. I'm just gonna kind of roll with it and wait for if somebody feels like they want to chime in and say something. I'm having a pretty decent day. I'm just trying to stay occupied. Oh, let me stand up for a minute and stretch. Kind of done not a lot physically today, but I've done, a lot for the channel as far as I'm concerned. Jesus Calling. What else did I do? All the different shorts and trying to go through yesterday's live stream and make some shorts from that, and so that I'd mainly do that so that I can watch it later. Like, that's what I'm going to be doing with this one is, let's see. I don't know, that was kind of like, makes me think of scat. If anybody knows what scat is, like when they, back in the day, wasn't scat, it's kind of like a jazz, but people would do they did a lot of just, they weren't saying any words, but it was like, you're using your voice as the instrument, Papa da boom ba ba ba. Of course, I could, we used to write songs, in bands that I was in. If we didn't, a lot of times we wouldn't have pre-written lyrics, so we would just be jamming around. And then during times that we would be jamming, like when you're first writing the songs before they become an actual song, at times, sometimes you find yourself just repeating the same. You're just jamming out certain ideas that ain't even been pieced together yet. And then all of a sudden in the middle of the jam, you might not, sometimes I wouldn't even have words. And but I'd had the mic and I'd be playing my drums. I would just vocalize into the mic where I thought would be a place for words. And then later, you go back, you listen to it, and then once you've decided mutually with the other people in the band, this is going to be part of the song, and you start, and it's like, this would be a good spot to put words, but we didn't have the words. Then you have your pattern, and then you can go, okay, what's this song going to be about, and stuff. Now, sometimes, like a lot of what's going on with me now, we'd just be playing for me, and I'd just start singing, and words would come to me. And sometimes, over a period of time of repetition, the same words would keep repeating. And I was like, hey, there's something there. Sometimes you tweak it. It don't always stay the same as you originally blurted it out. But that's how I remember songwriting and stuff when I would be in a band. At least when I was with the couple of bands I was in, and especially the last band that I was in we were together almost 4 years. We did do quite a bit. Never signed or anything, but we recorded, played a lot of shows, not just in our local area, but we did a lot of out-of-state shows. We were based out of Tennessee, but today, all I'm doing is enjoying being able to be alive, and through being able to beat on these buckets and tubs, I'm trying to also be rejoiceful, So I'm just experimenting with what I can do with what I have, because it's been a while since I felt as creative as I felt in the past few days. And it's slowly been building, like every time I do a live stream, I like to have the buckets. And it's something I can do until people show up. And sometimes people barely show up. Some people don't show up sometimes. But usually at least a few people show up, and I see a few people cutting in, and somebody's watching at the moment. A few people, but it's not about that. Like yesterday went good for me because I just kind of, I feel like I'm in this similar mood where, like I said when I started, I'm just rolling with it. So my intention right now, until we see where this goes, I'm just going to keep playing for a little while. And then I figured, once somebody chimes in and stuff, that we can talk about anything or everything, like, well, not just everything, but, and don't forget, I do have a giveaway going on. If you look at the top there, I pinned it. That's a link to the video for 50 things that really matter. So if you haven't, like, 2 people have already commented on the video finally. I was being impatient, so. Basically, if you're in the United States or Canada, feel free to enter that giveaway. I've never done one where I actually, which there is quite a few, but, I think that's reasonable for right now. Like, depending on what I give away in the future would depend on what I may, whether I would open it up into the, overseas people. Like if I had a really nice something, like before I opened it up that way, I'd probably do the research to see how much it might cost. But I know that would depend on where. But like what the basic, like just. Let me see real quick. My dog's out there barking for a second. I'll bring the camera with me. We're going to continue. What I plan on doing is just hanging out for a little while. And I'm going to get back to playing those in a minute. And I'm enjoying that. And I'm trying to just, like I said, just roll with it. If words come out, words come out. If it's me chanting and there are no real words, and then that's going to wait a while. You okay, girl? What are you doing, girl? Huh? I heard you out here carrying out. You gonna come in for a minute? I'm in here doing a stream now, girl. Said I don't care. Hold on a minute. I'll put you a little more down there. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Did I flip that around? I didn't mean to. Okay, there we go. Oh. We gotta take care of baby here first. Gotta take care of Biddy. Biddy came in earlier and ate up some of it. That's why there wasn't much in any one. Biddy. Man, y'all don't be, I'm gonna close this door for a second. Trying to keep, when I've been on them, now I'm not in the living room today, so, but I always try to be respectful. I know I'm not really playing that loud, and it's not as loud as if I had, like I said the other day, if I had an actual full-on drum set here, even though I could technically play during the day, and there ain't much people that would probably complain, it'd still be pretty loud. Well, I guess, if I wanted to, I'd play if I had a drum set, but I talked about this a lot yesterday. My intention is, if I am able to at some point, which would be a good while from now, because I'm going to take care of other things that are more important, such as, trying to get one of the dogs taken care of this coming up, like, mainly Biddy, because Biddy, she was acting a little weird today, kind of whiny, so I'm not sure if there was something she's sensing I'm not, or if her body is changing on her. It could be that her body is starting to change, and, she don't know what's going on. That's how, and that usually is the first stage, if they are about to. The way she acted could be that, and it could be something else, but, so I have to be aware of that. I'm hopefully if that's, anyway, I don't really want to get all into that. That's not what this stream's about. I didn't mean to. I'm here to beat on this bucket, the tub, talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about when they chime in the chat. But for right now, we're just I'm just sitting here. Well, I heard the dog bark, so I went out. The only reason, and she's allowed to bark, but sometimes she can get carried. Sometimes she can get carried away. Like she just bark at anybody that walks across the yard, or she's gotten better though about not being too. She's not doing too bad anymore about chasing every dang car. Now she wasn't chasing at the road; she chased them when they come into the trailer park. And let's see. If that just buffered for a second, I did that on purpose. I kind of did that so in case there was any issue. I was thinking maybe a connection problem was wrong. Whoa, 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 hey. Let's see. I'm going to spit a bit of truth. A bit of truth about me and about you. Trying to think how I would do it on these. Because I used to could play it. I had a thing where I could play the. It's like, well, I'm going to spit a bit of truth. A bit of truth about me and about you. About things we all could. Like I could do this beat that I had on the drums and rap it at the same time, which I'd never done before until years ago. Because I've never really done, like, never got into trying to do any rap until like at some point in my life, I found that sometimes I would find myself just randomly in a certain frame of mind, and I'd start just free flowing, and things would come out, and it'd be kind of like, people would be like digging it. So sometimes I would come up with stuff, kind of just like a freestyle, but it would give me an idea. Kind of the same with jamming. And so sometimes I would sit down after I had messed around with it for a few times, and then I'd start perfecting it and writing more to it. I only did that a few times with a rap type of idea. But I do listen to some hip hop, I do like certain stuff. It depends. Where am I going, and what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna be? And that sounds too similar to. Girl, what you doing? You trying to make your little nest? How is everybody doing? If we'll take a little breather from the buckets for a second, I'm gonna read this to you, and then I'll get back to whatever. If anybody has anything on your mind, feel free to come in and bring it up. You can, it don't have to be anything bad, but I'm saying if you got something that you need to talk about and you'd like to share, you are welcome to do that. Anybody's always welcome to do that, as long as it's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to deal with a bunch of, but, people sometimes will. Anyway, truth versus illusion. When I get done with this, we'll get back. I'll be on the bucket or whatever. If you're there, I'm going to read this, and you can take it for what it is. But this is from Living a Life of Awareness. One of the things I'm going to start back over eventually in the next probably week or two. I'll probably find, a day that I go, okay, today's the first day I'm going to start from the very beginning again. Truth versus illusion. Whenever I'm upset, I know that something I hold to be true has been put to the test. I look at that agreement inside and out and ask myself, is this an agreement based on truth or illusion? If I'm attached to the agreement, I will use a lot of energy to keep it alive. But if I have to struggle that hard to give an idea or belief life, it cannot be very solid, can it? And I agree. Like, if you have to struggle hard to find out, to justify why you're thinking in a certain or believe a certain way, you probably need to reevaluate it. The next time you feel like one of your opinions or values has been challenged, take a moment to identify what agreement you've made to support that idea. To maintain your opinion, do you need to ignore or defy other people's opinions or disregard new information that's come to light? Ask yourself how attached you are to your truths. You may be compromising the real truth to maintain your status quo. Does that make you sound? That makes. I can think of a lot of people in the world nowadays that's. Yeah, because your truth, when I get what they're saying. There is some people's your truth, but it's saying you could be compromising the real truth by. Anyway, the practice for that meditation would be this. With awareness, say to yourself, as a Toltec hunter, I will notice when I start to struggle, so I may see the illusion I am trying to hold on to. Once recognized, I vow to let it go with ease and grace. And there you go. So I read that, and I can't help it if somebody, I don't know what people are tuning in for. Like, it seems like people come in and they usually just want to, some people like to watch. Some people listen. Like Mike yesterday was working, but he was there, and he was able to listen. And so I just played, and then I would talk, and then when he got a chance, he would comment every once in a while in the chat, and he stayed with me for a while, so that was pretty cool. And then I think, was it the day before? Yeah, the day before, another person was here on a stream, and they were like the main one. Like the first half of the stream, when people started coming in, it was a certain group of people, and they kind of ended up having to go or not being there. Then in the middle of the stream, another person showed up to be the most consistent headbuster or whatever. And that's when I discovered, like when they first commented, I thought that they were new, but it turns out that they've been watching the channel for some time, and they just let me know that they do watch the videos. They also see me in streams. They just haven't. I'm assuming that was the first time they've actually ever. Unless it is what I'm thinking too, that it is someone that I am familiar with that also has another account or something, and they just came in from a different account and just was keeping quiet about who they. You know what I mean? That's totally fine too. But that's cool, because if that's the case, that means it's two different accounts that are subscribed or either giving their eyeballs to the, even if it's the same person, maybe not both accounts at the same time, but you get what I'm saying. But there would be a way to do that. You could have multiple devices and have several different accounts, and you could come and make it appear that, like, I suppose somebody could, like, if you had the money or know-how, I guess there are people that probably put a lot of bots in their comments or bots in their live streams or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works, and I wouldn't want to do that. That just seems kind of ignorant. But sometimes people want to sell an illusion that they're bigger and more popular than they are. And, I would rather the numbers of the channel show the reality of things and not be something where I mark, you know what I mean? Like where you've paid someone to help boost it, or like somehow, I don't know how that works, and I don't really want to ever know, because that just, it's disingenuous is what it is. And I might not be, like the big, like I might not be like making a bunch of fancy videos and stuff like that, but I imagine if one day if I ever get given the opportunity again to be able to, I will have the opportunity again, and it will come. I will achieve what I need to achieve again. It was there last year, and I kind of crapped that part away. And I'm talking about a physical thing that would be a component to being able to live stream better, work on music, work on, going from a phone to an actual like laptop or something with more capability anyway, even if it's a better, like higher dollar phone, but preferably something. And we won't get into the story of what happened with all that because that's just crazy. I was stupid. Had somebody dear to help me out there and send me a badass, And then I thought that I needed, but it was my own fault. I still don't have my own, like I didn't have an ID, so I couldn't go to a pawn shop on my own with, and then so the next month, anyway, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, and I just went and talked about it. But the person that was supposed to get it out was ill at me and did not want to get it out for me, and I just never did fuss about it and try to convince them that, So you live and learn, and you make mistakes, and you make poor choices sometimes, but I'm still alive. What I chucked it up to was basically, it appears that at the moment that I was gifted that last year, apparently I feel like evidently it just wasn't meant to be at the time. It wasn't the right time for me. But that's stupid. If I just had stuck and just dealt with not having a few dollars and just held on to it. God dang it, stop it. God darn it, girl. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why I got a little. She kind of spooked me. Not spooked me, but there ain't nothing going on out here. What do you think you're barking at? Huh? There ain't nothing going on. Hold on a minute. Let me look out there. Let me see. I don't see nothing. But I'll let you out there if you want to carry on. Oh, I see what it was. Okay. See now, girl, you're going to stop all that. You're going to have to stop all that now. There was some kind of strange car out there in the trailer park. I guess somebody came in to visit another trailer. I don't know. Or someone came in and turned around. I guess that's a good thing, though. She's a good guard dog. To me, this is like the easiest way for me to not be too nervous doing these, especially if nobody's in the chat. Because the best thing you know what I mean? Like, if I'm focused on, like, once someone starts talking to me, I'm not going to just ignore it. But at the moment, it seems like I need to just think. If my energy is like this and I'm talking, just letting it go. That way, when whoever new comes in, they're coming in. It's not like I'm just sitting here going, or whatever. This thing it's all clogged up. Goodness gracious. This sucks. Anyway, so but yeah, so if you did catch that Toltec wisdom book, that thing that I read, it was talking about, if you're having to defend some kind of belief, if there's too much effort in defending what it is you think you believe, then you might want to start wondering about. There's always going to be questions, and there always needs to be questions, I think. To me, like, a good, strong faith is built on questions. That's how you keep re-verifying how strong it is, you got to every once in a while check yourself and check others and the things that you thought you knew. What was it? I was trying to do some kind of like grindcore, like growling and shit. I could play fast, and I could do just like one simple type of blast beat, but I could never do it long. I wasn't really into. After a certain point, when it came to playing heavy, my main thing was just doing a slow or groove, something mid pace, or actually the slower the better. To mid pace is about where I'd want to be. Even if I was to recreate, if I was to create any kind of thing that was a heavy, like something in that genre, for instance, if I had an electric drum set and was in touch with someone somewhere that played guitar and they wanted to do work with me on doing like a doomy sludge and maybe mix some other styles in with it, I would do something like that. But I figured if I'm possible, maybe that, once I get a few other things in life straightened, I'm going to enjoy what I can and make it right now. I'm enjoying the simplicity of it. I've got a bucket. I've got tubs. I've got things I'm thinking I'm probably going to maybe invest in another pair of drumsticks this coming month. I've had these for a while. It's about time for me to do that. And I don't know what else I could. What are you looking at? 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 Who you talking to? Who you talking to? Who you talking to? What you gonna do? Who you talking to? What you gonna do? Ba 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 ma ma de de. La 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 la. So I'm trying to think. So I guess, I never know. I don't know why someone would be sitting there, and I guess I don't understand why you. Which of course I stop in and watch people all the time and never say anything in a chat. Because sometimes they'll be already in the middle of stuff and they're talking with everybody else, and I'm not got that much time to stay anyway. So I just stop in, that just occurred to me that could be that could be exactly what's going on with some people sometimes when they come in through here, that they don't know how long they can stay, and they're just enjoying listening to what I'm saying or what I'm doing and watching and reading and whoever else might be chatting, especially if they're in the background doing something and just listening to it. Like if they have it on and they're just listening, it's a lot different. But yeah, I'm just kind of bored, Let's see. Oh gosh. Okay. Huh. But yeah, you know, I'm doing. I'm just trying to think what to do to occupy myself till I see if someone shows up again. I figured, like, I'm trying to learn that for me, I've got a lot of free time, unlike some people. So it's not that absurd for me to come on here and stay as long as I can, you know? And I'm doing it on a mobile phone, so it's not like I can't carry the phone into the other room or outside or do any of that. So, which I do sometimes, you know, and you've seen me do that. So, uh, where am I going in life? What am I gonna? That's a little fast. Where am I going in life? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? Who would I say it to? Where am I going in life? What am I gonna do? What would I say? And would I say? Oh man, I messed up. What am I gonna say and who would I say it to? I thought I heard like a vehicle, maybe. That's why I paused for a second. Hey, hey, right, see, right through your fucking eyes, I know you never understood. I will never fucking back down. I could fuck your world up. Fuck your world up. Fuck your world up. Fuck your world up. Well, I see right through your eyes, I know. I see right through your fucking eyes. I know you never understood. I will never fucking back down. I could fuck your world up. Mess your world up. Fuck your world up. I will mess your world up. The first mistake. Excuse me. I was trying to do a little bit of a doom beat there, but I wasn't sure what I was going to say. I kept thinking I heard something out there. I'm going to come back to that and try to think. I'm going to try to do that. Like, because since I've been beating on these buckets and tubs, I've been finding myself keep a lot of the similar timing, and But I mean, I'm even when it comes to a drum set, I'm pretty limited on my skills. I can keep time and I know some things, but I'm not like the most talented. But that being said, someone that had never really messed around much with any buckets or any of that kind of drumming, it's fun to me because it limits a few things and it makes me have to think outside the box. Like because I am used to like having a bass drum and a hi hat, and so if I was playing a kit, so that's what I'm trying to figure out here. So, la 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 la. Walking alone, walking alone, down the path. Down, oh, oh, walking down the path. Looking for a way, trying to ignore the things that they say, trying to ignore those things that they say. Walking alone, walking alone in this world. Trying to find a way, must ignore those things they say. Oh, I'm gonna see and highlight that one. I'm gonna have to go back. I ain't figured out how everybody like when I. Huh. I'm gonna try that again. Walking along. In the darkest of night, I have looked for the light. In the darkest depths of my soul, I've put up a fight. Oh, by will, not by might, I continue to go on. Not by, no, ha 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 ha. Secrets beyond. One and he la nandi la ni la mandolo la bate la mani la mele la ma ola mela ne mani la hamalo ola mani la male di no ma oh yeah anane ho wa te ama pega mane no la mene no la de hang go one tick one two giving praise, giving praise, giving praise all the way, gotta give that praise. Rejoice, 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 praise, 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 praise. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? I know, I'm grateful to be alive. What are you grateful for? What you grateful for? I know I'm grateful for another day. Hey, hey, hey. Oh. Oh. I hope everybody's doing okay. I was taking a little bit of pause there in the. I've been experimenting with just probably within the past 10 minutes I was experimenting with a slower. I'm in my mind thinking of the style of stuff that I used to play, like a slow. I call it doomy. I was trying to keep a more of. Anyway, so I'm just taking a little breather on that, and it was like weird because all of a sudden, because I've been feeling pretty good and not too nervous. I'm not, but all of a sudden it was like whoosh, a little bit of. That's something I've dealt with for a while in my life, Anxiousness is just something, and I think sometimes anxiousness comes out of just lack of. They say sometimes it's out of boredom, I think. I don't ever know. Sometimes that was always the confusing thing to me is when I really had nothing on my mind to be anxious about, nothing that I should be anxious about, but yet you have this overwhelming feeling. And that's not the kind of anxiety I'm talking about right now that I have sometimes when I'm on a live stream. That's a whole other kind of anxiety. That's sometimes got to be handled with medication, But the type of anxiousness I'm talking about is just a nervousness. Just a nervousness like tickled or like, especially nervousness in the beginning of a stream when I'm just kind of like winging it and nobody's there yet. So that'll get me nervous. And then sometimes, the longer, the past few days, the longer I keep staying on here to stream, the more comfortable I am with it. So like after I see that I've been on here for a while, it's gonna be less and less like that. Like so, as long as people are, even if it takes a minute for other people to come in, I figured who is watching is what's important. And then if they leave and I continue to stay on, more eyeballs might come in. I don't know. But Kind of surprised me something I seen today though, where uh, seeing where I was seeing where Donald Trump had been in that black community and was doing some kind of for Black History Month thing, or was it at the White House? And then they had, for whatever reason, they had the CEO of Pfizer there, and he introduced him, but every single person in the crowd just booed, and I thought, you idiot, man. And like, I mean, we're much better off we're a lot better off at this point than we were. But, watch them make a lot of progress to make things a little bit better. And then in 4 years, it's just going to, somebody else will come in and just change it. And we'll just be, I don't have faith in that kind of stuff. The faith I have to have is in the greater thing, the spirit, the creator, the big kahuna. That's where that's where the foundation has to be. Because when it all hits the fan, hopefully if I'm still around, which is a possibility, when that hits the fan, that will be the thing that I'll have to rely on. And so I'm trying to learn to rely on that now, And it's hard. Like, I struggle. Y'all see me struggle, like sometimes it seems like everything's going just great. And then all of a sudden, it's like I'll be making a video or posting something about how I'm not feeling great. But I'm trying to get in the mind frame of, if it's worth complaining about, then that's okay to talk and maybe share it. But a lot of times things are not as bad as what it might appear. And I want to keep, unless something really bad's going on, I just want to try to be on the cheerful side as much as possible. But I've had a really good, today I've been like doing this right here, believe it or not, is like I'm feeling a lot of good energy, I feel grateful that I'm being inspired to do this, to play, to vocalize, to do live streams, to chat, I'm trying to brainstorm some of the things that I've neglected here, like what I'm going to be beginning in the next, hopefully in the next week or so. I'm going to start taking on some tasks around the trailer that I need to knock out and organize, get things on the point, you know what I mean? Along with continuing to do my videos and doing some live streams and stuff. But there's a lot of like disorganized mess here and junk that I could throw away or stuff like that. And yeah, I like you, man. So, I guess right this minute I'm trying to toy with if I want to stay on here much longer. I've had a lot of fun, whether anybody chatted to me or not. It doesn't really matter. I've seen a few eyeballs here and there watching. Somebody was watching, listening to me. And so I see that I'm right at an hour. the only reason I'm even thinking about it's not the anxiousness this time. It's I'm actually thinking about. I was looking at the time. I've been on here an hour. It's 3:17. I don't have anything I have to do, but like I said, there are things I could be doing or could be thinking about brainstorming. I think I'm wanting to. What I kind of am thinking about doing today is, if I don't start today, I might start it tomorrow. But that Gorillas comic book that I was sharing in a live stream the other day, and then I posted a short, and it's been in a. Well, I posted on X about it and recommended it to people, and then I talked about it in a live stream to Johnny Scab, and then made a couple of shorts over on the second channel that are up, and one of them specifically is the same video that I uploaded on X, but it's about the Gorillas comic. And before I do I want to do a little bit. I want to be able to talk a little more about it in depth, and it's been since when I first got those that I read them. So what I'm going to do is, I thought about it today. I thought about it yesterday. By the time the weekend's over, at least between now and Sunday, I want to start on volume 1 again, and I want to read those again before I do a video where I'm kind of maybe going talking about it a little more, or I kind of want to do a video where I might read those or just start on them, and then there's a couple other things, but I'm wanting to cover several things, and I figure it'd be best to have the story fresh on my mind. So yeah, I know what it's about, but the details aren't remembered, because I only read through them one time. So I figured to do it justice, to really give a good overview of the thing and why I like it, I need to read them again, And I might do it since there's 4 volumes that I have, and I might just do as I get done with volume 1, then do a video specifically on volume 1, introduce, for the second channel there. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's a comic book, an independent comic book. The artist and writer works for Marvel and other big companies too. I don't know if he still works for them at all now, but I know that he did. He kind of he's not big and splashy. He don't care about the limelight. He was cool though. I did follow him on Instagram, and we would chat and talk sometimes, and not really chat, but I could, I remember reaching out to him about his comic before I had it, and then when I finally got the first one, letting him know and stuff like that, and you know what I mean? He was accessible. He would respond to you if you DM'd him. But we both followed each other. We were friends on Instagram, so. But it wasn't he did, I could, when I read his bio, you could tell, I think he kind of wants to be more elusive. He don't want to know, he don't want to be too public. He wants to do his job, and he will post stuff about his work and everything, but he's not going to get intermingling with the sociability of social networking and internet. You know what I mean? He ain't getting caught up in retweeting or talking about whatever current gossip is and stuff. He focuses on his art and his writing. Which a lot of people in the independent sphere could probably take heed to that, but sometimes it's entertaining. Some of the stuff that with Ethan Van Sciver, I totally understand why he and some of those guys will talk about some of the shit that goes on, because they were canceled at one time out of their, from the big companies in the comic book industry, and they went on to do good for themselves independently, but they get attacked all the time for their political views when they're just trying to make good stories and good comic books, and people, want to make up a bunch of crap. So I can understand why you might cover some of that dumbass stuff, but and sometimes it can be entertaining. It can be fun to watch people banter back and forth. But I prefer, I kind of, there's some folks out there in that realm that I do. I repost them poking on people, and I even comment on certain things. Because there are some assholes. If someone's an asshole, Well, I think this about says it all to me right now. What I figured, it's a Friday. It is a Friday, and the way I looked at it is I'll go on. I said I'll go live. We'll see if anybody shows up. A few people were watching or tried to. Nobody ever came in and said anything in the chat. And I might find out when I get out of here that the chat wasn't working or something. I don't know. But I'm going to end it here. I figured if I don't find myself doing something later and I'm bored, I may go live again. I don't know. It just depends. Y'all have a good day. Over and